It's your boy G-Pap coming in on G-Pappy Sports, and I'm here with it. Here to talk about little NBA news, little NBA rumors for you, trade rumors, Viva free agent moves, whatever you want to call it. So we're just going to skip down and hit the list. You know, I got a couple of names out there that I thought of or just heard of. I just want to put my 2 cents out there. What's going on? Lonzo Ball. I highly doubt the Pelicans gonna want to keep Lonzo. Not saying Lonzo's not good. I think Lonzo still got that potential. You see, Brandon Ingram became an All-Star. You seen Julius Randle became an All-Star. You seen D'Angelo Russell become an All-Star. Or former Lakers, they left on another team. Lonzo is still young, so why not? But I do not see him going back to the Lakers. I don't understand why the Lakers would do that. And also, I believe they can't afford the Lakers can get him at this moment. Unless they do some type of trade, which I don't see that happening either. So with that being said, I think Lonzo Ball would be a perfect fit for the LA Clippers. I believe I said it once last year before, you know, he got traded to the Pelicans and stayed with him. But I think he would be the perfect fit with Paul George and Kawhi Leonard, if Kawhi Leonard decides to stay, because we don't know how that's going to go. You might still have Reggie Jackson around. Rondo might dip, you know, so you're going to need a point guard for the future. You got Terrence Mann, some youth right there to go with him. Still got Luke Kennard, you know, Morris. So, you know, I feel like, you know, and he'll still be home. He won't be with the Lakers. He won't have all that pressure on him. He'll be with the Clippers. So it'll just be right, and he can make history instead of try to repeat the history that's already been made, you know, the standards that has been set for him. So he can just go out there and play his game and do what he wants to do. So, let the airplane blow away. You know, we out here by Hartsfield Jackson Airport. I'm so sorry. In Atlanta, one of the second busiest airport right now in the world. It used to be number 1, it's number 2. So you're gonna hear these planes fly over me, because the microphone and camera just pick up so well. Like, you just heard a car just ran over a sewer. That's how good this mic is. I'm sorry. But the next name we got on the list is Ben Simmons, who's already have a 4-year, $147 million contract. There's been rumors tied to him with the Portland Trail Blazers, with the LA Lakers. Of course, everybody's going to be tied with the Lakers, the Wizards. Who else? The Clippers, the Raptors. I actually like the Raptors, believe it or not. I know it seems kind of fidgy-fadgy, but they can do a swap for swap. Kyle Lowry for Ben Simmons, and include some role players or draft picks, or however you want to do the compensate. But I think it will work for both sides. Ben Simmons can run with that Toronto offense, Nick Nurse, Spicy P and them. He can go out there and just do what he want to do. And you still have a point guard, and you got the future is bright with Toronto. So I believe on that note, that can happen. And then on the Philadelphia side, you get Kyle Lowry, a point guard veteran, a championship veteran that can make plays, make players around him better. And the most important thing that the Philadelphia 76ers need, he can shoot the 3, and he can shoot free throws, so he can shoot. So that I feel like that would be the perfect fit, you know, for Philadelphia 76ers. You know, it give Ben Simmons all the space he need inside. He still got Tobias Harris pick and roll with Kyle Lowry. I can see something nice with that. So, you know, that is something to throw out there. Now, this is a tricky one. His next name, John Collins, man. There's a lot of teams out there want John Collins, man. You seen what John Collins did all the way up to the Eastern Conference Finals. That athleticism, the dunks, the highlight plays, the shot-making ability, everything is there. You would like John Collins on your team. So a couple of teams out there, my team, the Miami Heat, we kind of want anybody or any type of star player we can get to Miami, which also brings me to say a lot of teams want Duncan Robinson. So I don't expect Duncan Robinson to be on the Heat. We're going to probably let him go because he can just shoot, and we kind of just we need shooting, but at the same time we need more than just shooting. We need two-way players. So I feel like that can be a mutual let go. It'd be a bit lost though because he's one of the best shooters in the league, but sometimes you just got to do what's best for the team. So with that being said, John Collins, Lakers, Mavs, Clippers is a lot of teams, Celtics, Mavericks is a lot. I mean, I already said the Mavericks, the Timberwolves, a lot of teams out there want John Collins. I'm still far-fetched. I think At first, I thought they was gonna trade him because he said he wanted a max contract. I didn't think he deserved a max contract. But after this past season, man, you got to pay John Collins something. So I expect the Atlanta Hawks to negotiate a good deal that's going to work on both sides with John Collins. But if not, hey, I see him going for that money, so I don't blame him. The next person we got on the list, Colin Sexton, the up-and-coming star point guard of the Cleveland Cavaliers. If you remember, he was that point guard in the NCAA tournament a couple of years ago. Half the team fouled out. It was 3-on-5. He dropped 40 points and was just doing his thing. That's Colin Sexton. He's still in the league. He can ball. And I believe whoever wants to get him, you're going to get a good point guard. You're going to get a young, electrifying point guard that's going to be able to put on a show, man, and he's going to be able to run that show. So, a couple of teams we out here. The New York Knicks, the New York Knicks say they really want Colin Sexton, so we can see how that's gonna go. You may be able to get Colin Sexton and Kevin Love, because people still forget Kevin Love is on the Cleveland Cavaliers. They try to trade Kevin Love a couple of times. Maybe you add Kevin Love with Colin Sexton, and you can get over that hump and finally get Kevin Love out of there to a better position, a better compromising position for him to be on the better team. Also, the Lakers, man. The Lakers do need a point guard. They need shooting. Colin Sexton with LeBron James and AD. I don't really see it because LeBron had an opportunity to stay with the Cleveland Cavaliers and possibly play with Colin Sexton, but he chose to leave. So I kind of don't feel like that relationship will really be on the right path. So maybe the Clippers gonna get a point guard. I'm telling you, Clippers need a point guard. That's really what's gonna get them over that hump. I feel like they should have played Rondo more. Reggie Jackson was doing his thing, but he's not a legit point guard that can get others involved in the game. So that just floats on itself. Colin Sexton is out there. You never know what can happen with Colin Sexton. Maybe another team can jump out there. The Boston Celtics, maybe? Who knows? I believe they traded Kemba Walker. I forgot who they got for Kemba, but I don't know. They could use maybe a point guard up there. So the last person I have on this list, because I have a list of 5 names. The last name is the name everybody is hearing about. Damian Lillard. At first, a few years ago, he wasn't going to be traded. He's too loyal to Portland. Now you hear rumors speculating. We don't know if it's from Portland, for Dame himself, or from Portland, or from Dame's camp. But all I know is if this trade happens, or whatever Dame goes to, it's going to shake up the league. So I heard rumors. Lakers. And I'm liking the Clippers right now. Clippers with Paul George or add Kawhi Leonard, depending on how that goes. I think a lot depends on Kawhi Leonard. You pair them 3 up in LA, I know a lot of people want the Lakers to get Dame, but how can you get Dame? I mean, will the Portland Trailblazers even accept Dennis Schroeder, Harold Kuzma, THC, or a couple of draft picks? Maybe you bring in a third team? Who knows? But I don't know how that's going to work, but hey, if any team can pull it off, it's the Lakers. But the one team I heard of trading for Damian Lillard is the Golden State Warriors. Who are you going to trade for Damian Lillard off the Warriors unless you're giving up on the Klay Thompson? We may have to review that now. Maybe that's rumors speculating, but I always thought. Klay Thompson could be traded. Maybe it's just too much. Maybe he deserves a whole nother franchise shot on himself. Or maybe the injuries is too much and the Golden State Warriors is not relying on it. Who knows? But, man, if that was to happen, boy, that would be something else. Or Draymond Green, or what? Who else they got? Andrew Wiggins, Wiseman, Poole. I don't see who else he gonna trade. You're not gonna trade Steph Curry. We know you're not gonna trade Steph Curry for Damian Lillard, huh? But anywho, make sure you follow, subscribe to G Pappy Sports on all platforms: YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Apple Podcasts, and of course Spotify. And your boy is out here with another one. We outie.